ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Casually Spike, and I am your host, Dakota Marker, and with me are my friends, Jaron Denham.
Hey there.
Devin Harrison.
Yay.
Woo.
And Bill Gantz.
I have a Sharpie marker.
Draw my pen.
We almost got through the intro with nobody laughing.
Yeah, they're right.
So, Jaron, tell us what's on the docket today.
Not much. Alright, so we have... Yay! Alright, so we got some specific spoilers for Amonkhet. We're just going to talk about the basic land thing. We had a small leak for Modern Master 17.
They want to fix it?
No, nobody fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man.
it's still like a fire hydrant. Yeah. Alright, I think that was about it.
Yep.
I'm probably just going to complain about the RPTQ since it's next weekend. So.
Alright, so...
Yay. Yeah. LC. What's it? LCQ.
Last chance qualifier.
LCQ PPTQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many letters. Love the acronyms.
I love the acronym so much.
It's like the military.
HMFIC.
I mean, still not as bad as some deck names. I mean, what the hell is a full English breakfast?
Full English breakfast, I believe, is a really goofy combo deck. I don't know exactly what it is, but I always like Sunny Side Up.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So, why don't we go ahead and dive into our first topic?
Alright, so the Amonkhet basic lands, there's still going to be one to a pack,
yeah.
but only a quarter of them will have full arts.
And they all have bolus horns. Which, I was on the internet today, and, who was it? Cardboard Cracked actually posted this really funny comic.
That was really funny.
Did you guys see it?
No, I have not.
It was just like a comic called Life on Amonkhet. And what it was like, the guy is in his house. He looks outside. There's a big bolus horns outside. He looks at his fridge. He's in work. He boots up his, I don't even remember what happens. He's at work. I think he boots up his computer, and there's, bolus horns on his screen.
They're in the window.
Oh, they're in the window.
Yeah, they're in the window.
He goes home, opens the fridge. There's bolus horns in his fridge. And
Goes to the toilet.
There's bolus horns sticking out of his toilet, and then he's like, well, this is awkward. Because they're directly sticking up out of the bowl.
Yep.
And, yeah, all the full art lands have these bolus horns, but even with, I think that shtick is kind of goofy, but I get the point of it.
I do too. Because he's everywhere.
Because he's everywhere.
He's everywhere!
Ooh. But... yeah, I'm glad to see full arts making a return in a plane that's not called Zendikar.
And I'm actually really happy that we're getting full arts in general.
See, I actually had a bit of a theory involving these full arts, because notice we're only getting the 5. One of each color, of course.
Yes.
I'm thinking that in Hour of Destruction, based on the name, that something is going to happen on, in the story on the plane, that causes the horns to be in some way altered or warped.
Yeah. And
then they'll have 5 more basic lands, but with the horns in whatever altered state they become in.
So kind of like what it was in Scars of Miriam to New Phyrexia.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's my theory, because there's only the 5 arts this time. Where normally for remember for battle they had 4 new arts apiece.
Yeah. Well, that's how they normally do it, is 4 basic cards.
Yeah.
Now, I like this because the whole secondary market value, these full art lands should have more value than what these Battle for Zendikar lands had. I think you can buy the Battle for Zendikar lands anywhere from a quarter to 50 cents a piece.
Yep.
Well,
or hopefully these would be a few dollars a piece.
But I mean, also that's right now though. Keep in mind, because original Zendikar also had a lot of the lands, and right now most of those lands can be worth anywhere from $2 to $3 depending on which one you get.
Yeah.
So I just that.
But
the whole price discrepancy, I think, is just due to age.
I would have also imagined that a lot more of the Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch full art lands were opened than the original Zendikar block. So there's just quantity as well.
I could also get on board with that agreement.
Yeah.
Because back then you would only have we had access to them in only fat packs and packs, whereas now we have access to them in I think the precons also had.
No.
Oh, the precons.
No,
did
the
not?
precons were the
Precon?
only
Oh
ones
yeah, that was
with
how
the
it was
regular
original Zendikar,
art.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, the precons were the only place you could get the
Yeah.
land arts in
Right.
a non-full art.
Yeah, but you also had in Battle for Zendikar people actually picking up the fat packs
Yeah.
to just get the full art lands. And
because
they were
at
sitting
one
on
point in
that.
time they were selling for $20 per land pack.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they still are, but
Well,
I feel like they were probably worth more now.
I think at some point they were actually selling for almost $80 a land pack, especially
What?
for the Oath of the Gatewatch ones.
why didn't anybody tell me this? I'm sitting on like
I've got like 8 or 9 of them.
8 Oath of the Gatewatch land packs and like 6 of the Battle for Zen land packs. Why?
And actually, the Oath ones are more significant because those also
They
have
have
full art
waste.
waste.
Waste, yeah.
Those were a waste.
Why don't they want to bring back waste outside of Oath?
No, they'll bring them back. They just basically, I think, whenever we go back to Innistrad for the 3rd time to
You
fight
mean Zendikar?
Emrakul, no,
Oh, Innistrad, okay.
I mean Innistrad to fight.
so you think
Emrakul again.
Innistrad's going to have wastes?
Maybe because the thing is, Emrakul is on the moon. So like, and the thing is,
She's
like
wailing
you-
on the moon.
do you remember? Do you remember the card? You remember Imprisoned in the Moon, right?
Right.
Which turns a creature
Or planeswalker into colorless.
into a colorless land.
Right.
Which means the moon is a waste.
Yeah.
So I could see, like, for example, if they decide to bring, like, if Emrakul, I don't know, through her magic whatever, her magic MacGuffin, she brings the moon closer to the earth.
Great
and then,
word,
like,
by the
causes-
way.
And then causes, like, instead of, like, Eldritch horror, we move into, like, cosmic horror with, like, aliens. Then I could
That'd be awesome.
see creatures from the moon. Because, of course, there are little green men living on the moon. But anyway.
I bet it's made of cheese.
I bet it's made of delicious, delicious colorless mana.
Mm.
I mean, if you're an Eldrazi, that stuff
So-
stuff is like bacon.
Whenever that
Delicious, colorless bacon.
whenever that happens, the wastes are just going to be different pictures of the moon. I'd actually get on board with that.
That would be
I could too.
awesome.
I would.
Because, like, yeah.
I'd be completely fine with that. That'd be neat.
So also, question: if you think we ever revisit Zendikar again, will we still have wastes, or will Zendikar have rejuvenated?
Zendikar was already rejuvenating before they left.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
that's what Zendikar Resurgence shows, like, the mana glyph or whatever that Nissa, like, used. That was, like, the glyph she used to channel all the mana into Chandra, who then, like, obliterated Ulamog and Kozilek. Like, that's, like, the ley line, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, actually, yeah, I have a feeling by the time we go back, which will I'm thinking probably 5 years, it'll have pretty much, like, patched up. I'm interested to see what they do with it, though, just because, like, they said already that they screwed up on Battle, so... Yeah.
Maybe they'll retcon it.
They're not gonna... I swear, if they retcon, like, I can't even tell what's canon anymore. Because I was talking to somebody on the Facebook chat the other day about, like, it was something, like, involving Liliana, and I'm just like, well, she's 1,000 years old, and also, like, apparently she slept with Jace. I don't know if that's still canon, but... Because in one canon, that was totally legit, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it is anymore, because they screwed everything up again.
Well, how far back did Sarkon go?
Sarkon was originally debuted in Shards of Alara.
Well, he went back in time though. In
Well,
the
He was
lore.
debuted in Zendikar.
No, he was in Shards of Alara, Sarkon Vol.
Oh, I was thinking Soren. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he was actually part of that plot because
Yeah.
after Johnny's brother dies, that's what triggers his planeswalking spark, and he actually goes to Jund, where he meets Sarkon Vol, who introduces him to the concept of being a planeswalker,
Yep.
and also how to channel red mana, and that's where Johnny Vengeance comes from.
Yeah.
And then he fought Bolus, and then he's like, I'm not going to be red anymore. I'm going to be white for a little bit, and then when Elspeth died, he's like, I'm going to pick up some green, because why not? But yeah, so Sarkon Vol was was introduced in Shards.
Yeah, because I know.
Because he was the hype man until we realized how good Elspeth was, and then
Yeah.
Sarkin died a violent, painful death as far as the secondary market went.
I remember I played Sarkin Vol with Garuk side by side at States that year that he came out.
Mm-hmm.
My first game I played, I go turn 1 Sarkin, turn 2 Garuk, and then turn 3 Ultimate both, play another Sarkin, kill you.
How did you turn 1 a Sarkin?
No, turn 4 a Sarkin.
Oh, okay.
But with the lore, in Khan's, Sarkin was just red. He's the dragon speaker.
Well, because what happened was...
he goes back in time for Dragons Tarkir to make all the dragons more populous and have Dragon Lords now.
Yeah, he turns Teamer.
Yeah, but how far back did he go?
Well, it's implied that he went back as far as the battle between Bolus and Ugin, which I don't know how long that was, because it could have been... Because they don't say in any of the stories, I don't think.
I think that was 1,000 years.
I think it was either 1,000 or 500. It was some significant chunk of time.
I think it was 1,000.
But either way, the reason he was red at the beginning of Khans was because he was red-green, and then, like, the thing with Sarkin was that because he came from Tarkir, which it was a land with no dragons, and he was like, dragons are awesome, I want to find dragons. He goes to Jund, where there are tons of dragons.
Yeah.
And then, in Alara, he meets the king of the dragons at the time, Nicol Bolas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I'm gonna work for Bolus. And then Bolus mind controls him and drives him crazy. Which is why we got the red-black Sarkin the Mad
Sarkin el Loco
in Rise of the Eldrazi. Well, then, like, Sarkin figures out that being crazy isn't actually all that great. So he's like, screw Bolus. And he planeswalks back to Tarkir to try and redeem himself or some nonsense. And blah, 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 blah. All the events Khans of Tarkir happen. Sarkin stumbles across the bones of Ugin that somehow take him back in time. Don't totally know how that works, but whatever. And then Ugin... The difference in the two battles is that Ugin falls in both battles.
Yeah.
But the difference is, in the revised timeline, Sarkin goes up to him while he's, like, in the valley, dying. And he, like, plants a Hedron shard on him that somehow gives him a protective cocoon. Again, I'm not making this up. This actually happens. That he then stays in for whatever amount of years until the present. 500 or 1,000. I don't really care at this point. And in the revised timeline, after that passage of time has happened, Ugin is back, and since he never died, the Dragon Storms never ended, and since that didn't happen, the Dragons won and ruled the clans of Tarkir. This has been Magic lore in a nutshell. It's confusing because they can't write it coherently. Ashaya.
Could you go ahead and repeat that again?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Sarkin's life story in a nutshell, or at least as far as we care. Also, there was some stuff with Zurgo and Narset, but we're not going to talk about that because I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Magic lore is screwed up. Let's move on to the next subject, shall we?
Yes. Modern Masters 2017. We only have pack art.
Yeah.
At least it's not unfamiliar, except for the one on the box, which we don't know what it is.
Yes.
But we know the pack art.
All right. So, starting from the left, we had Domri Raid.
Woo!
In the middle, we had Grizzlebrand.
Yay.
And then crowd pleaser and favorite, Stoic Angel.
Woo.
Obviously sarcasm.
Maybe.
So, I mean, yeah, we have some clue as to what's going on, but this does not inspire confidence because, let me think, what were the arts on Modern Masters 2015? We had the New Etch Champion, which, it's strange that we have no new art except on the box.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that card is, it has to be good.
Speculation online said it was Snapcaster Mage.
I mean, I'd take it.
I would too, obviously.
Woo!
Now, let's go ahead and just mental exercise for a second. I know. Horrible. At least
hurts.
it's not...
I don't want to have to think. I'm an American, damn
I know,
it.
right? If we put up too many wind turbines, it'll take away all of our wind.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, so what kind of black mythics have we had in the other Modern Masters?
Oh, let me think.
We had Bob.
Bob, Dark Confidant.
Yup.
Uh,
We had Vampiric Tutor in Eternal Masters.
we had Kokusho.
Kokusho.
Necropotence in Eternal Masters as well.
Yeah, we did.
I'm kind of running on empty.
All right, so the reason why I ask this is because if they hold true...
Oh yeah, Bitter Blossom.
Oh yeah, Bitter Blossom as well. So that gives us 2 mythics in black in each set.
Mm-hmm.
If they hold true and make Dark Confidant V3 again, that gives 1 slot to a potential Planeswalker slot, and that would be Liliana. Because there are 2 Planeswalkers per Modern Masters.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's only 2 mythics, wouldn't Grizzlebrand be one of them?
Exactly.
So they would have to. So Lily would have to be the other then.
Well, it's either
Hopefully.
Grizzlebrand, and we're hoping Liliana, but we could just get Dark Confidant again.
I hope not. Dark Confidant's not even that expensive anymore.
Yeah, he's like $30.
Hey, Bob.
Yay, Bob. But I mean, we almost need
We need Lily
Liliana.
because she's like $100 or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
I also want to see them actually like try to find a way that they can make it to where we get money packs again. Because Modern Masters 1, commons, uncommons, rares, obviously, it didn't matter because you probably got your money back in the pack.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because
They were also $7 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not that they ever sold at that price.
They did. At
Well-
the very beginning, they did.
See, I never saw them at that price from
Yeah.
the get-go. All the places that I
Yeah.
saw were selling them at 10.
10 and 12.
I drafted the hell out of that set. Oof.
But I mean, like, yeah, I'm trying to think of what some good like commons and uncommon. Like, obviously, like it's not going to be an uncommon probably, but Avid Mind Sensor like immediately sticks out because that's like a $16 uncommon, which does not need to be.
Yeah.
Like, I was so glad when they reprinted Sensei's Divining Top and Eternal Masters, even with that crappy new art, because that was an uncommon that did not need to be $30.
I did think that art was actually very pretty.
To me, it didn't look like a top
It's
or
not.
or a divining tool or really
No.
anything.
It's supposed to invoke a Zen state of mind because it's the sand and you draw the lines in the sand.
But isn't Zen supposed to be balanced and equal?
Yes.
Then why does it look like it's weighted on one side? Like there's a bunch of filigree on the one side, but the other side it's like not connected at all, and it's like what?
Because America.
America. You know what I hope it's in this set, even though it really doesn't matter. Dover of Secrets.
Well, see, that's
That was the other assumption. for
that's
that.
a big thing I was thinking about was if they just because the thing is they won't print one double-faced card in the
They
set
can't.
because it's too cost prohibitive. So what if one of the drafting sub-themes is the transform mechanic?
Oh.
Because the thing is, not only could they reprint Delver using that, they could also reprint Huntmaster, which does see some fringe modern play.
It does, yeah.
So I
And
feel
that
like,
card's still kind of expensive.
yeah, well, because it was in Dark Ascension, a set
Yeah.
that nobody opened.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like this would give them the perfect chance to reprint that stuff, especially since like Innistrad had a lot of really strong draft themes that they could just import over.
Yep.
Like let me see. According to this, Huntmaster's sitting at $10, which, while not
That's fair.
terrible, it's
No.
not that great either for a transform mythic that sees fringe play. We could get that down to 5.
Yep.
Anyway,
So he wants to buy them all out.
would
Raise the
not-
price to 20.
That's not a bet I would take. But I mean,
Bill's
like,
thinking about it.
I don't know.
But the other thing that makes me really leery of this is if they do reprint a certain black sorcery, you almost have to have it at Mythic.
We
What
can always
black-
hope.
Well, what black sorcery?
Darn Nation.
Darn
I
it.
mean,
Because it's so... It's
not actually. Now that I think about it, that's not necessarily true.
I said you almost have to because of the value.
But the thing is, if they were really that bent on value, then I don't think they would have put Sensei's Divining Top at rare.
They shouldn't have in the first place.
Well, but that's the point.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think if they do it in this set, which I don't think they will, but if they do, it's going to be at rare.
Yeah.
Specifically because Wrath of God was printed in Eternal Masters at
Right.
rare,
Yeah.
and that's
which
like a direct analog.
I think that was a mistake that they shouldn't have had Wrath of God in Eternal Masters.
Really?
Yes. They should have put something like Route or
Route was in Conspiracy, though.
Exactly. But I'm just saying they could have done like Route or Cataclysm, although that's on the reserve list.
Cataclysm. No, it's not.
It's not? Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah, it was from the vault, yeah.
They would never have let Cataclysm get printed in a limited set.
I'm just
they,
saying,
they,
I'm just
we were lucky we got
spitballing.
Wildfire.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing is, I was fine with a WOG reprint, because the thing is, Eternal Masters was kind of showing off the history of the game in a way that no other TCG can, just because of how old it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's maybe 2 or 3 more spells that are recognizable in white, but when you think white, your third choice is going to be Wrath of God, usually.
Land tax.
Third choice.
Healing Salve. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Well, then clearly it wasn't the first thing that came to mind.
Obviously not.
But I mean, yeah, because white is the color of wipes.
Baneslayer Angel.
Unless they're brown.
Ah.
Poop jokes. Anyway, but yeah, so if Damnation is in the set, I say it's
I'm
gonna
actually
be rare.
very angry at that.
Well, good. It's about
I
time,
deserved it.
It's about time somebody other than me got tilted on this show. But I am curious why, of all things, they chose to show off Stoic Angel on the pack art. Because
it's really pretty.
it is really pretty.
And
but,
really poopy.
I mean, well, here's the thing. Because they're printing that, it makes me wonder if instead of going for a 2-color draft theme, like a lot of the previous Master sets have been, if they're going to go for a 3-color draft theme.
You would assume that because of the Stoic Angel, flat out.
I mean,
But then it's going to be really hard to cast that in Grizzlebrand.
But I mean, this is a Masters level set. They're going to give us a ton of fixing, of course.
We can hope.
I mean, they gave us the 10 fixer lands in Eternal Masters.
Yeah.
Because they've already acknowledged that a set without fixing lands that's intended to be drafted is a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Birds of Paradise.
I'm sure, but that's not like...
It's a good card. It's a really good
That's
card.
not what we're looking for.
Oops.
Plus, it was just in Conspiracy too, so I
That-
wouldn't mind the birds
This is a
taking the bench.
conspiracy.
What set was Noble Hierarch in?
He was in Modern Masters too.
15.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Yes.
Think he'll get reprinted again?
Maybe.
I think so.
I
Or
mean,
she's a she or he?
it's a she.
It. The card.
I mean,
is a she.
They could reprint it, like, because it is
it's right
still
around $50 a card right now.
Yeah, you would know that.
I do.
it's still
I'm proud of you still, buddy.
It's
Very
still
proud of
really
you.
expensive, so I would not be surprised to see it again. I wouldn't be surprised to see Arcbound Ravager come up again.
Yeah. That was something I was surprised wasn't in the last Modern Masters.
Or Goyf number 3.
We have to have Goy.
Goyf.
If they don't
is
have Goyf,
stupid expensive.
like,
Still.
Goyf will never not be stupid
Yeah.
expensive. It's just
It's too good.
well, it's not even so much that it's too good. It's just that price memory is like price memory probably affects Goyf almost as much as any other Magic card. Like, I would say it's probably the most affected card outside of the Power 9.
Until you just print the living crap out of it and you open a pack and look, there's my 10th Goyf. Whoa.
Well,
I mean, I did that after I hit 5 or 6.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's gonna be everybody at some point, but it's still just like
No, I don't. Now I only have one.
I mean,
I have one.
how many cases I opened of Modern Masters 2?
How many Goys did you see out of that? Like 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, that's
That's
living the dream.
why-
That's like your expedition.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just like to completely troll the crap out of the community if they had Modern Master Expeditions in the packs?
that'd be so good.
Where like they would replace the foil with like a full art Goyf or something.
That'd be gorgeous.
That would be awesome.
That'd be so cool.
Like that would just pretty much like if they did that, the U.S. government would just like mail a letter to Wizards and just be like, "Here's your license to just print money. Like, we don't care anymore."
You guys clear how much a year? Yeah, here's your license.
Yeah, here's your Black Amex card. Enjoy. One time when I was working at Walmart, I had a lady come in with a Black Amex card and buy like 7 TVs. That
Not
was
bad.
fun.
Not bad.
Too bad,
Explain to me.
too bad I didn't earn commission, or that would have been a
Yeah.
very good day.
Yeah.
Explain to me what that is.
A Black Amex is
American
American
Express.
Express.
Yeah.
It is a credit card that pretty much you have to be invited to get that has no credit limit.
Unlimited credit.
It is it is literally an unlimited credit line, and it is pretty much only possessed by the 1%. Like, if you have a black Amex, like, you don't even have to wipe your own ass. You're
Isn't
that
it
rich.
Amex?
I don't really know. I pronounce it Amex because whatever.
Maybe you're just racist.
Okay.
Hey. You mean like this one? I don't have one.
But yeah, if you have a black Amex, like, you're like Scrooge McDuck. Like, you're so rich, you could burn your money and earn it back faster than you could destroy it.
I want to try that at some point.
Well, all
I
you
want
have
to
to
burn
do
a dollar,
is
and then somebody hand me 2.
Well, what you do is you start a live stream burning money, but you only start burning money once you get so many people.
Or you just go out
subscribing
on the
to your
stream
live
and be
stream.
like, give me
I like
$2.
this.
Give me $2 and I'll burn $1, and then they hand you $2 and you pull another $1 out of your pocket and you set it on fire. And
Why do you have to pull another one? They just gave you 2.
Well, because
burn-
the idea is to earn $2, but
You earn an extra $1. So
Right.
basically, they replace your $1 and then give you $1.
yeah. Anyway,
This is not a shiny grubbin. I'm sorry.
so yeah, thinking about some of the other, what's going to show up in red that's good? Because red always seems to get shafted on these things.
Better be Goblin Guide.
I don't know. They might decide we don't need the guide because we didn't get it last time either, and we needed it then too.
Yep.
Taylor Swift.
She's a little too new.
I was gonna say they're probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think they said they're going up to con, so I
They're
don't.
not.
I don't
They're
think Swifty's gonna show up here.
I don't remember what set they said they're. Oh,
It's
I think it's
return.
Innistrad.
It's Return to Ravnica. They said.
oh yeah, Return to Ravnica. Okay, so we're gonna get Innistrad and Return to Ravnica.
So I fully expect Abrupt
Abrupt
Decay to
Decay.
make a return.
Abrupt Decay.
Probably all those cards.
Voice of Resurgence. Yeah.
I'm expecting the Uncounterable cycle to show back up if they're gonna do Abrupt Decay, because
Return
half
to
of those cards
Ravnica.
do see play, like Loxodon Smiter and
Yeah.
stuff.
Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, and Supreme Verdict.
Sphinx Revelation.
Well, maybe not. Maybe. I don't think so, because that card doesn't really see a whole lot of play in Modern.
Yeah.
And it's not expensive either, I don't think.
I'm surprised there's not
We're talking about Sphinx's Revelation and Supreme Verdict, and I'm like,
some blue-white
man,
decks. That
all
are...
of these new cards.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that I don't see like a lot of blue-white decks that run those cards.
You will see random Supreme Verdict out of like Jeskai control.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because, like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like, I really loved the blue-white control build when it was a standard. Your one creature was Aetherling.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Did I tell you about the Bant mid-range deck that I was playing?
Well,
We just called it Bant Super Friends because we didn't know exactly what to call it. And it was basically the blue-white control shell, except with green, so we could play a Johnny Mentor of Heroes. And then we had a couple other green creatures in there. And all I did, green spells, not creatures. The whole reason I wanted to play the deck was because I wanted to play Sphinx's Revelation and a Johnny. And I didn't know what to play, so I was like, the hell with it, let's just put it all together. And then Justin handed me the deck list and says, here, this is what you're going to play for the next 6 months. He was right.
Trying to think of other good cards. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Skullcrack again from Gate Crash.
And then I opted for mono red.
I'm trying to think of, like, draft archetypes. So, you know what? My one regret is that Modern Masters came out right as I was, like, in college, so I didn't have a whole lot of money, and I wasn't able to draft it more than, like, once or twice.
I have a question.
And I am so sad that I never got to draft the Fungus deck.
Did you try being born sooner?
No, Jaren.
Oh.
I will have to remember that on my next trip on the
you will have to remember
reincarnation
that.
wheel.
Because we might get Modern Masters 2112. Yes, I made a Rush reference. You might want to play that.
Anyway.
I was going to make a joke here, but I decided not to.
Probably better that way.
Yeah.
Fly by night.
Anyway. So,
Oh, sorry.
trying to think. Innistrad, Return to Ravnica. Too bad there's no Theros, or
Working them angels.
we could gamble on Thoughtseize again.
Architect of Thought?
Architect. What is Architect
Jace.
of Thought? Oh.
He's bulk.
He doesn't
Like
really.
super.
He was in a dual deck. He doesn't really see
Yeah.
a whole lot of play in Modern. I'm going to go ahead and say negative. Plus, they already have Dawn Margarad from that block. If they reprint 2 Ravnica Planeswalkers, like,
Oh, yeah.
that would just be
Yeah.
silly.
Yep. That would be really bad.
Let me
Somebody
think.
would lose their job over that.
Not really.
Are we finally going to get, the other fetch lands? The enemy fetches?
No, probably not.
I if anything, I think that we're going to get the fetches in Amonkhet. Like, just baseless speculation, just wild speculation. I think that we will get them in Amonkhet just because we weren't supposed to have them with the battle land, with the Tango lands.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does the stuff rotate out when Omcat comes in?
They
No.
did. They used to.
They were supposed
Yeah,
to,
that's
but
what I
they
thought.
changed it.
It's the next block. Stuff rotates
It's
out.
after Amonkhet is when we rotate BFZ and
And-
Shadows Over Innistrad.
So is it the second set in that block or the next block?
It's the next block.
Okay.
It's the next block.
So whatever is out, whatever comes after Hour of Destruction,
Okay.
That Atlantean thing,
if that's real.
I don't think it's real.
I want it to be real, man. I want
Aquaman?
I want to play Aquaman.
Yeah, I want to play
I want to
Aquaman.
play Aquaman and then be horribly disappointed.
And then
by
I
him,
want-
just like I am in real life.
I want that other
Hey.
set. I think it was Promise of Power or something like that.
It was Conquest of
Yeah,
Power.
Conquest of Power. I want to play that Pokemon set.
Aquaman is really powerful. Come on.
Hey, stop that!
He's powerful.
And then Aquaman summoned his whales to rescue the survivors, while Superman did something actually important.
Aquaman's really strong.
I mean, he was really good in Injustice.
Yeah.
He can kill Superman without a problem.
Well, that's just your theory that everyone can kill Superman. SpongeBob SquarePants could kill Superman if given enough time.
No, because he's magical.
Yeah, so is everything.
FUN.
Superman cannot beat anyone who's magical.
Yeah, well,
Squirrel Girl
SpongeBob
kills
can
Superman.
cook a-
Squirrel Girl is the best.
She does kill. Well, she fights Superman and beats the crap out of him.
SpongeBob can make a burger that's green and then sell it.
Exactly.
Who's? Squirrel Girl also beat Thanos. Yeah, that was an awesome story arc. She just gets really mad and beats the crap out of him.
So is Squirrel Girl just DC's Deadpool? Is that what I'm being
No.
led to believe?
No, she's actually Marvel.
Oh, is she? Huh.
Oh, way to go! You tell him to take his phone off the table, and yours goes.
Wait, is she Marvel?
She got the art style for Marvel.
I thought she was DC. Either way.
Regardless.
Well, I guess if
still-
she's fighting Thanos, she is from Marvel.
Yeah. She's still one of the coolest superheroes in that universe, though. And it's just because of how random it is that she actually is good.
Yeah.
The thing that got me, though, was when the woman picked up Mjolnir and became Thor. That was a really weird story arc. I didn't read anything of it, but I thought that was neat.
I don't really I don't know, most comics seem to be going in a weird direction these days, so I don't really pay attention. But anyway, getting
New
back
52 wasn't that great either.
getting back to the topic of Modern Masters 3.
Woo!
Anything else?
Black Lotus.
Not in Modern.
Lotus Bloom.
Sorry, Lotus Blue. Lotus Petal.
I mean, that was in Modern Masters 1.
I still like my pre-release one that I bought. I love it. It's so pretty.
I have one too. It is really nice.
It's very pretty. It casts Sun Titan really well.
Right?
3 mana for a Sun Titan? Don't mind if I do. And I get a refund? Oh, this is great. Alright, so I would like to complain.
Great.
Death Shadow.
Ooh, Death Shadow in this set. That seems weird. I like that. Yeah, that's a good rare. That's a really good rare. So Snapcaster going to be rare or mythic?
I'm gonna bank. You know what? I'm gonna go risky and say rare.
I have to agree.
Because I want to believe.
I have to agree that it's going to be rare.
I
Because
want to believe.
being that it's an invitational card, the only one that has actually not been like stuck at rare or less was Dark Confidant.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was because since we didn't have the actual mythic rarity, that's why it was at rare back in Ravnica, and why it was promoted to mythic rare in Modern Masters.
Yeah.
Yes. But Snapcaster being at rare in Innistrad, I feel that card has to either stay at rare or the slight possibility of going mythic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a slight chance. I don't think that it's like a huge chance that it's going to be mythic.
I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised no matter which way it goes, but I'm going to go ahead and go risky and say it'll be rare.
Yeah.
Well, just because if you think about it, if that box art really is Snapcaster Mage, then all of the Modern Master arts have been rare cards, because the original was City of Brass, which was rare. And then the 2015 was Etch Champion, which was rare.
Which was also pack art, too.
Which was pack art. And then this is Snapcaster Mage. So, rare?
It has to be.
Unless Eternal Masters decided to change the formula, because Force was obviously a mythic.
Yeah. It was an uncommon.
It used to be. A long, long time ago. I can still remember. No, I can't. I wasn't around then.
I thought you were going to go with the Saga Begins.
You were going to go. You thought I was going to go. No.
I thought that you were going to go with the Saga Begins.
I was going OG.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Anyway. So, yeah.
So, my complaints. Since we have gone through, I would say probably about, 3 weeks since... Well, about 3 weeks since the ban. Maybe 4.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It was when Hour of Destruction, came out, wasn't it?
Aether Revolt?
Aether Revolt.
Yeah, something like that.
The second set. In the block that we are in.
So, we got the ban list, and it made Emrakul, Reflector Mage, and Smuggler's Copper. Not in Standard.
Mm-hmm.
It killed my deck. And not for the way that people are thinking at home.
No, we did not just take out our 4 Smuggler's Coppers and replace them with 4 Hearts.
Well, I mean, Mardu Vehicles did, and that's what I played at the Grand Prix.
Because that was a great idea.
Hey.
I mean, I was fine.
Vehicles got second place at Pittsburgh, thank you.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think Heart's that good.
Heart's okay.
Everyone's like, oh, yeah, you're 4/4 flying vigilant that you can... You're -1 of Planeswalker crew. Yeah, that's cool and all. But guess what? It dies to Fatal Push.
Yeah.
It dies to Grasp of Darkness.
Yes,
Harvester does not die to Fatal Push pre-revolt. And does not die to Grasp of Darkness. Right. Plus, you get life off of it if you pay the energy.
Yeah. So, I really wanted to play Black-White Control still. Because I feel that it has a really good matchup against, everything. But because the 3 big ones aren't in the set, aren't in Standard, it makes me feel like the deck isn't that great at the same time.
What was that build, Dimitri?
I skimmed it. I do like the look of it.
I'd actually look at it.
It looks really good. It looks consistent, which is important.
And it looks clean, which is also very great.
But as long as you can beat the green-black decks and the Saheeli combo decks...
Yeah. Which that's what the deck is geared to do.
So I really wouldn't worry about the vehicle decks.
I'm not worried about the vehicle deck whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the reason why that I'm not... Okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this is because it is Saturday.
Yes.
The RPTQ is on Sunday next week.
Yep.
I have no idea what I'm going to play.
Yep.
You should just play Pummeler and throw caution to the wind, baby.
I mean, I have Pummeler built in my bag. But I want to go to Nashville.
I want to go to Nashville.
I want to go play my guitar next to Toby Keith.
Listen, if we're going...
Toby Keith doesn't want to be fed. He wants to hunt.
If you're going to Nashville, I want to go with you just to see if they really do serve that spicy chicken down there. I have to know.
Why do you think I asked you if you wanted to go to the RPTQ with me first?
Well, because, I don't know, maybe you wanted me to watch?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. But I also wanted you to be there when I do get that top 4 and I get to go to Nashville. Because I was 1 combat step away the last time.
Yeah.
Well, wait, where is it?
Mr. Nice Guys up in Monroeville.
Let me think for a second. That's next Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be off.
Awesome. We should all make a trip.
Cool.
Hey, I'm going up Saturday before. Hopefully I can get in for
Awesome.
the last chance qualifier that they
Yeah, we
have.
do too.
What did they have? I think it was last Saturday. They had an event there.
I think it was just a Grand Prix trial. Oh wait, no, it was a PPTQ.
Yeah, I think it was because Nathan.
Because I was gonna go and I got busy. Yeah, I got busy. Yeah.
I didn't know about it until after it happened.
Not in the way
And
you're thinking. We're nerds. That doesn't happen.
Milliken was saying that he went up and
Not
played in it,
continuing that line of
and like
conversation.
75. He says 75% of the play. What do we call that? What people were playing.
The meta.
The meta at that tournament was green black.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That deck's
So I could see like
really consistent.
I could see like maybe gearing whatever deck you play to kind of main board green black hate.
Yeah. That's why I feel very comfortable if I do end up playing the white black deck that Dimitri sent, that I will do fairly well.
Because also like most of the stuff that hates out green black hates out vehicles.
Yeah.
And it hates out the combo.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you'll be sitting on it for a long time until they try to go off, but you're like, hey, got answers.
It's a control deck.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Really, like, I try to tell people this all the time. Like, after they play Sahili combo and get beat by enough, they kind of agree. When you play against the combo or the Sahili combo, don't worry about the cat at all.
No.
Kill a planeswalker. All I have left is a cat. A 1/4 cat that flicks something once.
Yep.
And after that, it's a 1/4 that just sits there and does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, the cat isn't the issue at all. It is Sahili. But if they were to ban a card from that deck, it would have to be the cat.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they're looking for what would cause the least amount of damage.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the thing with Reflector Mage, like, versus banning it over Spell Queller, was because Spell Queller wasn't doing that much to harm the meta.
Spell Queller doesn't really do anything, if you think about it. Like, it does enough, but it doesn't do anything.
But the difference between, like, that and Sahili is that Sahili was intended to help market, market Kaladesh. And I know what you're thinking, like, obviously Emrakul was built to market Eldritch Moon.
Yeah.
But the problem was, there's no, like, comparison to Emrakul. They just made it too good and made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Like, which I think actually hurts Wizards' marketing in a lot of ways, because
it kind of does,
because they build. We have Emrakul back, who, when we first saw her, was literally the most powerful creature we've ever seen committed to cardboard.
Yeah.
So they're
and not just like it was the most powerful creature printed in a standard legal set. Which there is another one that's bigger than Emrakul.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking in terms of sheer power, because Draco is bigger than her, but
I was thinking Big Furry Monster.
That doesn't count.
Exactly.
But basically, Emrakul, the most powerful creature ever printed, not close. And then, like, this is the new version, which obviously we knew was going to be nerfed, but still, like, that hype train was purple and tentacly.
Yup.
And now the marquee card out of it is banned. It's not Liliana.
Yeah.
So, like, that was that's why I think Wizards is so desperate to push standard, was because they were willing to take such a big risk as to ban a marquee card that was supposed to impact the standard meta. It, like, not in the way that happened, but in the way they intended in the FFL.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Things are rough.
The thing that gets me is they had the opportunity to also leave us with Smuggler's Copter, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. But I think that card needed to be Crew 2 instead of Crew 1. And because it's Crew 1, that just opened up Thraben Inspector to be their guaranteed 1-drop into the Smuggler's Copter, into driving it, into cracking the clue, into playing Tollcraft Exemplar, into, like, whatever else.
To be fair, they did not. According to them, they did not expect Thraben Inspector to be the card it became.
I mean, you can see that. You can actually see that.
That's a pretty good one drop.
Yeah, it's really good, and the fact that it goes, I'm going to play this 1-mana 1/2 that gives me an artifact. That's so dumb.
And it's a human, which does matter.
Yeah. It could matter, just not in a standard format.
Well, I mean, it used to matter back when Eldritch Moon was the new set and everyone was playing green-white humans or some variation thereof. Or Bant humans.
Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia's Lieutenant?
Yeah, Thalia's Lieutenant is really good.
Yeah, that was the thing. You go turn 1 Thraben Inspector, turn 2 Lieutenant, swing for 2, and then every guy thereafter made your Lieutenant bigger.
Or you went Thraben Inspector, and then the next turn you played 2 more 1-drops, and then you dropped 1 drop into Thalia's Lieutenant, into the next turn Thalia's Lieutenant into double another Thalia's Lieutenant. That was the dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the dream.
Gets out of hand rather quickly.
It does. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You should try losing to it.
I played an interesting version of that on Magic Duels.
Yeah.
I have a Bant Humans deck, and it's not the same as actual paper Magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Magic Duels is free, and I'm poor.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm kind of surprised that we don't see people still playing human aggro.
I mean, they did get some decent support cards in Ether Revolt between, the Renegade Rallier and Oath of a Johnny, which I both think would be awesome in that deck.
Even with just sticking them mono white, I mean, yeah, we lost Collected Company, but you stick them mono white, you still got...
Don't need Coco to make it
work. Bunch of stuff, yeah.
Right. You just need little guys and then the slight card draw from your Thraben Inspector.
And... obviously, the team growing. I think you would need the team growing stuff.
You also need cars, too. And while we're at it, we might as well throw in Veteran Motorist so we can pump our car, and then we could also filter our draw with the Scry 2. And then, you know what? Let's throw black in there so we can play Unlicensed Disintegration, too.
So we're just going to play we're just playing Mardu vehicles.
I'm not playing Mardu vehicles. We can throw in, keep the motor center for sure if you want to do, red-white humans. Just because Scry 2, but you don't need a vehicle.
You can run the mono white build, except I suggest Fleet Wheel Cruiser. That extra burst damage could get there.
I still like Harvester.
I mean,
I like Harvester a lot.
Fleet Wheel's fine, but if we're just gonna go full burst damage, why not just play Oval Chase Dragster?
Oval Chase Dragster.
Just
6/1
Greaseball Lightning.
Yeah.
Greaseball Lightning.
Because everything in your deck will pilot it.
So, well, I mean, close with the Fleet Wheel Cruiser, too. It's crew 2, but it comes out as a guy.
Yeah,
that's the important part to me.
It does come out as a guy, but, if we're just going to play red-white, humans, and then, we want to throw in some extra burst damage, just play, Incendiary Flow and a bunch of burn stuff, and just play some Greaseball Lightnings, because, hey, they're ball lightnings, except you have to crew them and they cost 1 more, but you know what? Screw it.
That doesn't sound nearly as good to me now.
This has been Dakota doesn't know what he's talking about. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And turkey sandwich.
But, I mean, I was kicking around the idea for the RPTQ of playing Mardu vehicles again, because I really like the deck. It's a really cool deck, but it just doesn't feel right, you know?
I mean, you could pile... The thing is, if you brought it back now, you might be able to pull some kind of advantage, because everybody knows that vehicle has kind of taken a hit since obviously it didn't win the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as Devin said, it did get second, which means the deck is still at least somewhat viable.
Oh, it's absolutely viable, but the thing that I'm looking at is green-black is such an oppressive deck. Mm-hmm. It is a very good deck.
Would you take out the 4 hearts inside, or not side of, but main, green-black hate?
I would lower to probably 2 hearts. And then probably play a little bit of hate for green-black. Because we can assume that it's going to show up.
Or at least all around hate for the big 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if you played green-black, what would you think about running Untethered Express?
That's that Rhino train, right?
Yeah.
Tricera train?
It gives itself a
Tricera train.
I like that card a lot.
It gives itself a counter when you attack with it.
Yeah.
So with the
And it has trample, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the snack up.
Yeah. Snack.
You swing for 6 on 5, and then
Yeah.
it keeps getting bigger, and
But-
every time you put a counter on it, you put 2.
The thing is, if you play it on 5,
Well, you're playing it on 4, swinging on 5.
okay, regardless. So you play it on 4. Your turn 4 if you're playing a green-black deck. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I don't know anything about this format, really.
You're wrong.
Okay, cool. So, turn 2, you want to go Sneck.
Yes.
Obviously.
And then turn 3,
Snack again.
Rishkar.
Rishkar.
You want Rishkar, you get a 4-4 and a 4-5.
Right. And then you attack with a snake.
Yes.
Turn 5, I think you Gear Hulk.
Well, you said I said turn 4.
Okay, well, you play Rishkar on 4.
You
Yeah,
played
you put
Rishkar
Rishkar
on
on 3.
3.
On 3. Okay, on 3. So 4, I don't know what their 4 is.
Exactly. That's why we got to play the train.
I think it's removal. I think 4 is removal to clear out the way.
Well, actually, no.
Oh, it's Gaunty, potentially.
Yeah, you play Gaunty.
Yeah.
You can play.
You play
Gaunty.
Gaunty in that slot.
I really love Gaunty.
Hey, yeah, I do too. BBD beat me with Gaunty. It was because he stole my harvester.
Hey.
Um,
That Sunday, I played at Gaunty and took someone's Gaunty.
Oh, that's so hot.
And then Gaunty did them again.
That's so hot. But yeah, you Gaunty, and then turn 5, you drop the Gear Hulk, and then you win.
Yeah.
That's a ball game. Seems fine to me. So I think the Untethered Express just kind of bites it to Gaunty.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I like the Tricera train a lot.
I mean, I guess on 4 you could also go Ballista for 2.
Yeah, you could do that.
Actually,
because you would have 3.
if you want to set yourself kind of back, I guess on turn 4, you could technically Gear Hulk.
You tap
Good.
Rishkar.
Yeah, you
With
could.
that Rishkar and the Constrictor.
Yeah,
And your 3 mana. Have an extra mana open for like push or something.
right. Woo! Woo!
Fury crafted.
So, I don't know. It all
So-
okay.
Why don't we sit down and play test with this kind of stuff more?
Because we are all incredibly lazy and we like to play EDH.
Hey, I'm not lazy.
I am.
I don't play EDH
I
that often.
actually have been on the Final Fantasy 14 train quite a bit, and I have not felt like building decks or anything lately.
Yeah, I was gonna say the truth is, in my heart of hearts, like deep down, I really, really don't give a damn.
I work a lot of midnights.
I work afternoon shifts.
I work mostly in the morning, and I spend all my time on the computer reading TV tropes because I have nothing to do.
Most of the time, I go to work at 2 p.m. Don't get home till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep,
So, yeah.
that's about where I'm at. But completely fair with you. This is the week that I'll be grinding on like anything I can find to try to like just cram all the studying in I can.
Bow chicka wow wow.
No,
You said you wanted to grind on everything you could.
like
No.
X-Mage, Magic Online, Magic Duels if I'm able to. I doubt it.
Yeah,
That meta is completely different.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Duels of the Planeswalker, I want to say it was 14. They gave me what was basically Rabble. Well, it was 15. They gave me Rabble Master and a whole bunch of other stuff. I was like, I'm going to try Mono Red and see if I can get there after I unlocked all the cards.
Right?
And the only games I ever lost were the ones where people actually spent the money to get the premium cards.
And still not as good as the original duels, where you could buy the Nicol Bolas deck as DLC and get Moxes.
Oh, I was thinking of the actual Duels of the Planeswalkers, the one that was made by Microprose, Chandelar.
Oh, that. Well,
Oh
I mean,
my god, that was so good.
well, apparently there's a team of devs that were like updating it with like newer cards and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
I actually have it.
really.
Yeah.
Do you have the original install file for it?
I lost it when I reformatted.
Dang. I was gonna say because I could probably find it, but like I don't know, something to kill time with.
I've been playing way too much Roller Coaster Tycoon.
See, I've just.
I
Been,
love that game. I don't care.
I mean, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on my phone because it's like classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of like new Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's just
Yeah.
Legacy Light.
So, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Uh-oh.
I know this isn't a Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast or show, but they're changing the rules and their battlefield layout yet again.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're only having there's one zone between both players where you can have a synchro or fusion. Is it?
I think it's anything from the extra deck.
Anything from the
besides their pendulum monsters.
I don't know anything about the extra deck other than the fact that there is I know there's fusions and synchros in there.
I know there are purple, white, and black cards in there.
Yes.
I don't even know what the black cards are.
They're called Xyz. You take your monsters that's on board, it has to be the same level, whatever card says, and you just lay them on top of each other, and then that's how you summon the black cards from the extra deck.
Isn't that called overlaying?
Isn't that called Wait, you mean XYZ?
Yeah, Xyz.
Xyz.
That's how you pronounce it, yeah.
That's the stupidest damn thing I've ever heard
Actually, I think it's pretty cool. It's just like that game that was on PSP, Ease. Just YS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legacy of Ease.
Yeah, Ease. So it's Xyz. I like that. I think it's cool.
I still think...
I think I actually have legacies.
Well, I mean, it's just because I used to play it
on the DS.
I just don't like it because I did used to play a deck that
it's DS, though,
I know
it's
it's
DS.
I used to play a deck that was designed to summon WXYZ Dragon Cannon.
So,
Wixies.
Wixies.
That's gonna be my new nickname for Wikipedia. Wixies. I'm gonna get on the Wixies.
So, I don't know if I ever told you about the deck I used to play in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I built it simply because I was bored over at Rick's, and Shane got me involved in playing Yu-Gi-Oh because he handed me something called Jank Destroyer, is what he called it. It was a deck that played Benkai, and then you just put a bunch of equipment on it and just killed your opponent in one turn. And the next week he says, "I got another deck for you," and I said, "Okay, cool." And he handed me Exodia, and all I did was sit there and draw cards all day. And I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
Well, what's cool about the Duel Links meta is that it's specifically handpicked, so only certain stuff works. For instance, there's no Exodia and no Trap Hole.
Oh, no fun cards.
But you can still build decks that kill on turn 2. I pretty much do that with right now I'm playing a water deck with what is it, Levia Dragalos or something.
Yeah,
it's a 2600 water monster that you can special summon it with Big Wave, Small Wave, and then you crack it. You crack your Umi to destroy all the permanents on the battlefield except for it.
Is it Puffy?
It's what?
Is it Puffy?
Kinda.
Puffy Ami Umi.
That's a reference. Wow.
You're welcome.
That show was weird. Anyway,
I like that they did the theme song for Teen Titans.
Yeah,
that was cool.
You just crack your Umi, destroy everything on the board, hit them for 2600, do it again, they're dead because you only have 4000 in Duel Links for some reason.
But to go back,
RPTQ.
Well, I was actually going to talk about that Yu-Gi-Oh deck because I
think we got the RPTQ stuff down.
Yeah, the RPTQ stuff's fine. Because I think I've decided I'm just going to play white-black and hope I get there.
We'll test.
We know I can fight it. Yeah, white-black control. Because we know I can fight it. I can fight white-black really well. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to try that. It seems fair. But
we can test. I mean, we have all the big meta decks here.
Yeah, we can do that. But the deck I started out with when I actually bought my own cards and stuff was you remember Caius, the Monarch guy? Yeah. I bought 3 of those precons. and then I built my deck out of those. And then I played at Rick's and I won 3 months in a row. I didn't drop a match.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Structure deck.
And then I was like, okay, I need to figure out my own deck because this is obviously really good, but I want to keep the same idea. But what can I do to stabilize the board positions and whatnot? So I decided to play Penguin Soldiers and Donzalug and Spirit Reaper and a bunch of other control cards and hope I get there. And the only regional that I had ever played in Yu-Gi-Oh! I go turn 1, I play 4 backfield and play a face down. No, 3 backfield and play a face down, I pass. My opponent is okay, this looks good. He combos off, plays 2 synchros, the 2 biggest synchros in the format that you can, punches my face down, I flip over Penguin Soldier, I bounce both those guys. The next turn, I draw my card, I play Spirit Reaper, and punch him for 300, make him discard his only card in hand.
Yeah.
I almost qualified for nationals that day, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Usually how it works.
I didn't get any prize, but I don't care because I had enough fun for that. I don't even think they gave me packs for registering for that, by the way. But it's been too long, I don't care.
It's probably PES, that's why.
It was.
There you go.
Man, I really like Mike Guptill, too. He's a cool guy.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy, just saying the
I
companies
know.
can't run stuff there very well.
Yeah. Alright, well.
I just hatched a snake.
Do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Did you guys want to mention anything about upcoming things? Like, you have your Grand Prix trial next weekend. We don't know if we're actually going to do that.
Yeah, I want to see if I have interest in it. Just like we mentioned earlier, there's the last chance qualifier, Monroeville. So I might not get enough interest to keep it open. But on March 18th, they have a PPTQ scheduled.
Ooh.
Standard.
Hopefully, I won't have to do that.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Well, because he'll have hopefully gotten into the top 4 of his RPTQ to go to Nashville.
Well, this is for a different person.
Yeah, exactly. If I believe it's if I top 4, I'm invited automatically to the next one, and same for top 8. If I top 8, then that means I'm already qualified for the next RPTQ.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying hopefully I won't have to. Because,
I didn't know that.
yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much entry fee I'm going to be charging.
I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, last I'm thinking like she's going to be 15 or 25.
It's constructed, right?
Yeah.
You should do 25 anyway.
Yeah, I mean, either way I do it, like first place is cash,
Yeah, I know.
and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about the prize structure and whatnot, and they're all for it. They love it.
I mean, you got people that come in from other stores. They're like, this place is really nice, and you do really well on your prizes too. So I don't see an issue.
Hopefully, one day we can have our own, call it opens and whatnot.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
I still think you should do your own little like
The invitation.
invitational series thing. You can start.
I want to, but like I said, like I work so much. No, I don't really work a lot. I mean, I get like 30 to 40 hours a week, but schedule stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's my biggest problem. But yeah, March 4th, a potential GPT. March 18th, PPTQ.
Is it standard? I think it's standard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both standard.
Ah, sweet. Excellent. Hell, white black control. All right.
Yeah.
Get to play test. Because I work nights and I don't get the test.
If you're in the general area or want to try to pre-order some stuff, we are doing pre-orders on Modern Masters. We're doing $185 a box, or if you buy a case or more, which is 4 boxes or more, I will do $180 a box. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Totally fair.
And of course, I'm always taking pre-orders on standard sets and whatnot.
Yeah.
At $90 a box and $85 a box, you can buy 6 or more.
Excuse me.
All the time.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right.
We feeling good?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we have once again come to the end of our broadcast.
Stop hitting your
So,
microphone.
until next time, we are out.